Hello friends, do you have the problem of getting your makeup to look smooth and even and flawless? Well, that is a problem for a lot of mature women, especially if you have dry skin or textured skin, large pores, that kind of thing. And that is the theme of today's video. However, I did record this in a couple of different parts because I forgot to record this intro. So what you're gonna see at the ending is not exactly this makeup look, but that's okay. You get the point. And so to further on with the video, your problem isn't necessarily your makeup and this end result. The problem starts way earlier. How much earlier? It actually starts here, long before you ever do your skincare and long before you ever start makeup at all. The first thing that I do when I'm gonna do makeup that I want to look absolutely flawless is I'm gonna use my Dermaplaning Tool. This is a tool that has sonic dermaplaning, so it vibrates, and you can have a bunch of different settings on it, 3 different settings. It also has a light, which is great. So I am going to make sure that all the peach fuzz, all the extra little hair is gone, all of the skin that is sloughing from the night before, and I'm going to do this all over. I do not want you to do this in a scraping motion. Let the tool do its work. Hold your skin taut and let the tool do its work. It's going to surprise you how much skin you're going to get up. Now, dry face, absolutely. Cleansed face, absolutely. After you do that, if you want beautiful eye makeup, you might want to try this. I found that this tool right here, which is a precision razor, will get all of the crazy little peach fuzzy hairs, and some of mine are longer. They're not little hairs that really can interrupt the smoothness of my eye makeup, and I didn't realize how much that was happening before I started using one of these. The other thing is I have a tutorial on this, how you might try this to shorten your eyebrows that are turning way down, because when they turn way down, your eyes look turned down. I'll link that video for you below so that you can go and see. But making sure that these hairs all over around the eyebrows, the eyebrow hair, is trimmed up nicely and not interfering on making your eye makeup skip is your next step in getting very flawless looking makeup. After you're done with that, head right in there and do an essence, something that is super hydrating. This is my favorite. I got a brand new one out so I could show you because my other one was in the bedroom. But if you put on an essence that is super hydrating, I think you're going to love this skin even more, because now you are plumping it up, getting it ready for makeup, and then proceed with the rest of your skincare. Now you're saying, but Melissa, as I get to that part where I get my makeup on, it starts to look mottled or it starts to look textured. Well, I have a very, very easy solution for you for that. It could be that you have too much skincare on. It could be that your skincare has not absorbed in completely. It could be any number of things, but more than likely it's gonna be that when you did your skincare, you applied it generously like we like to, but it didn't sink in completely or soak in completely. So that's where this little tissue is your friend. All you're gonna do is you're gonna take that 2-ply tissue, you're going to get 1 ply from it. And then you're going to go on your face and get the extra up. I want you to make sure that you have let your SPF soak in for as long as it needs to. But doing this right here is really going to lift the excess oil, and it's going to help it not pill. I have had so many problems with my foundation pilling over the years, and this just saves it, and it's such an easy trick to do. Now next is about super duper easy prep and prime. And one of the things I want you to remember is that if you don't use a primer, what's going to happen with your skin is the skincare, or your skin itself, if you didn't use skincare or SPF, is going to draw in your foundation. It's going to sink in. Therefore, you're going to look more mottled. It's just not going to look as good throughout the day. We create a barrier between our skincare and our foundation by sandwiching the middle right there with primer. If you have skin that is very dry, you might want to use a hydrating one. This is one of my favorites. It's from Milani. It's the Skin Quench Hydrating Primer. primer. It still blurs and it smooths out, but it doesn't dry out at all. If you have very oily skin or combo skin and you see a lot of breakthrough, or you have very, very large pores, you might want to try something like the Catrice Extreme Blur Mattifying Primer. Now, I can show you how to use these in combination. So again, don't use a lot. You don't need a lot of any of this, but you're going to kind of push it in to these areas that need the most love as far as where you normally see texture, and then just kind of spread it across your face out into the outer parts, maybe across your neck if you'd like that. Now that is the Milani one. The other one is the Catrice one. This one is very much like a silicone primer. So if you have ever had the Tarte one that Toddy talks about, where there's nothing like it that can blur out what she wants to blur out, this is very much like that. As a matter of fact, I would call it an alternative or a dupe for it. So this goes for me where I have the most pores, these big pores. It also goes in these break apart places where I really get some major settling of my foundation. You don't need to use both, absolutely not. But if you're looking for either or, the hydrating or the pore smoothing, the Milani is great for the hydrating. This one is great for really hiding all of the bigger pores. Now, as we talk about the perfect makeup or the flawless makeup, when we do our eyes, because I just showed you that you can go around and get those little hairs that might be causing texture on your eyeshadow, you need to use an eye primer. And for me, I know you can see this right now, I have very dark eyes because I have inherited dark circles, not just underneath here, but the darkness is on my eyelid. So I'm going to take care of that underneath darkness with my concealer, but this right here on the top, I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm trying to squeeze every little last bit of this out of here. I'm going to use that to prep my eyes and make sure that all of that's a lot. Make sure that all of that darkness is gone. And I want you to make sure you go clear into that inside corner, because that inside corner for me is where most of the darkness shows up. Now, in order to not get any creasing on those eyelids and in the fold, I'm going to put a little bit of powder just right there across the eye. And I'm not going to put my powder away yet. Why? Because when I really want things to be super flawless, what I'm going to do at this point to hide pores and for things to be smoother, for my foundation to cover better, I'm going to go ahead and utilize a really nice powder in order to disguise pores even more. Not a lot. We're going to do a tiny bit of powder. We're going to go in these pores right here. We're going to diffuse these pores. Yes, this is before foundation. Why? It makes foundation grip. It makes pores disappear. Only in the parts where you feel like you have extra problems. Again, I'm going to go through the break apart areas right there. I also have a bit of face fall right here from aging and from losing weight. And so I'm going to do it right there too, just a little bit. Also, if you have a lot of redness like I do right here, you can put a little bit on there. I don't normally, but you can. It will help your foundation cover better so you don't have to use quite so much. I would recommend that you stay away from your under eyes. It's just not a place that you want to powder up because it's just going to make it look drier. However, if you've put your skincare into your eyebrows, dust your eyebrows with your powder, because that's going to make your eyebrow products stay on longer. And just dust through them back and forth. Make sure you get them going the opposite direction of your eyebrows. That way you can definitely make sure you're getting down in by the root, and then do it on your eyelashes too. I put my skincare all over the place. So I am definitely going to get a lot of slip, or maybe not a lot of longevity from mascara if I don't take care to powder those. Make sure they're a little bit drier as I'm going in. Now, I chose two of the absolute most inexpensive foundations I can find. These are mine from Wet n Wild. One is the matte and one is the dewy, the regular dewy. And just let me tell you what colors. In the matte, it's called Light Cool. And then in the dewy, it is called Bronze Beige. And I just mix them together. And I know you all know this about me. I'm pretty much a mad chemist when it comes to anything. I'm going to mix things together to get my perfect shade. This one, which is that one, which is light cool, is way too light for me. So I'm going to take the other one that's dewy. But I also like mixing the dewy and the matte one together, and that way I get a more satin finish with these two. I don't need to overly dot here or put too much on. I'm just going to dot a bit, and then instead of using a brush, I find that a sponge is the best. Yes, you've heard me talk about this particular sponge many times. It is the one from One Size, and I really like it. It has a great shape to it. I will make sure that it is listed and linked down below for you. I also like to spray my sponge with a primer spray like Max Fix Plus. Also, Milani has one that is really good, and it's full of a lot of hydration. I spray this, even though this is already a dampened, wrung out sponge. I spray it just a couple times to make the foundation glide. And then I'm just gonna go in and I'm going to pat, pat, pat. I'm not somebody that swipes. I do a ton of patting. It is a really nice way for me to get my 57-year-old skin completely even and completely looking flawless. Using an extremely inexpensive concealer. This is the new Silky Blur from Essence. I love this. My color is 160. It's a beautiful color. I'm going to put this right here and not use an absolute ton of it, but I'm going to spread it out with my finger. Just tap it out so it looks even. Not tap it in, just tap it out. And then I'm going to let it set for 2 or 3 minutes while I do something else, like my eyeshadow or my eyebrows, whatever you choose to do next. I have let this set some, so I'm going to get my 10 times magnifying mirror, and don't trust those ladies because it's only a tool. It's not what everybody else sees. I took away any possible creases or anything like that from that concealer by going back in after a few minutes and just tapping it, making sure that it's completely set down. Now take any spray you want to. I'm going to be using the Makeup by Mario setting spray. I love this one because it blurs, it brightens your makeup. It's just good. Take any one you want to, spray the tip of your sponge. If you have this kind of a sponge or whatever, you're going to just spray the tip of it. Notice I did that twice. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down that sponge on the eye, not swiping, laying it down twice in order to set the concealer. That's it. I don't want powder up there. That's the basics for all of it. We're going to skip. And then we get to here. The last thing I want to tell you to do, well, 2 more things. Take yourself some powder. This is the Morphe Cloudlight powder, the lightest one. I think it's Fair Dawn, I believe it is. And then hit the points that you really want to be blurred out. And again, I stay away from my under eyes. You can, if you want to, go ahead and powder. I would suggest that at the very end, after you've gotten all the powder off of there, you very lightly touch those under eyes if you feel like you need to. But this powder is really just for the places where you feel like you get break apart or you get the big, big pores. Now, if you want that all to melt together, go back to your setting spray, which I took into the other room while I was doing my makeup. So now I'm just gonna use my other favorite, ColourPop Pretty Fresh. This one has niacinamide and peptides in it, and this will melt together your powders and everything else that you've put on there. Seal it in, you'll have it there. That's it. So that is how you get flawless skin. For me, from the very beginning, before I even touch makeup, I just wanted to concentrate on how you get your makeup to look vibrant and fresh and flawless. So hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you for spending a little bit of your time with me today. Please come back around again and see me in my very next video. And in the meantime, I'll put up right here another drugstore video that you can check out. Take care of yourselves. I love you much. Goodbye, my friends.